Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman presented the Union budget, and there are a few announcements that were made by her that are sure to drive policy conversations over the next few weeks and months. She spoke about this being the beginning of Amrit Kal, the next 25 years in the run up to centenary celebration of India's independence, and the budget laying the foundation and giving steer to the economy. A big part of this foundation setting will be public investment that the government envisages making over the next few years for the modernization of infrastructure and adopting a multimodal approach towards doing so. There is a significant increase in capital expenditure, and this shows that the government is willing to put the money behind it, and in an effort also to crowd in private sector investment. It sees states as being partners in the journey, and the approach of additional financial support, which is linked to reforms being undertaken at the state level, does see a continuation. The big development to watch out for will be the introduction of the RBI digital currency using blockchain technology in 2022-23. By doing so, India will become one of the few countries in the world having taken this step. The banking and the fintech ecosystem will be keenly watching this space over the next few weeks and months. The government has also decided to impose a 30% tax on digital asset transfers, and the big question is that does this indicate and preference towards regulation of such assets? The second area which is of interest and drive multi-stakeholder dialogue will be urbanization. The finance minister spoke about creation of a committee, a high-level committee of urban planners, economists and institutions that will be making recommendations on urban sector policies. The driver of this is the fact that by 2047, almost half of India's population will be in urban centers, and the government, while it has continued and there is an outlay for smart cities mission, it does see a need to revisit and fine-tune the approach and create cities that are centers of sustainable living. The third area which has seen a lot of interest as well as sustained momentum on the government policy front has been on clean tech. She spoke about creation of special mobility zones with zero fossil fuel policy. She also spoke about a battery swapping policy that will be brought about, and interoperability of standards will be formulated. She also referred to private sector being encouraged to develop sustainable business models such as battery or energy as a service. There is a shift that is underway, and one can expect much deeper dialogue on this front. There was also talk of education on the education front, where the government is looking at the television to impart education and expanding the One Class One TV channel program of PME Vidya to about 200 channels. The finance minister also spoke about a digital university that is sure to attract much interest as to how does the government plans to operationalize it. Right now, what she's spoken about is that there will be public universities and institutions which will collaborate as network of hub and spokes. The finance minister also spoke about one station, one product concept that will be popularized to help local businesses and supply chain. It will be interesting to see how the government sees some of these schemes, such as the district export hub, the one district, one product, and now the one station, one product coming together. The government has also spoken about, again, in direction of export promotion, creation of a regulatory framework for facilitation of exports of gem and jewelry products through e-commerce. This will be out by June. Again, an area of interest for stakeholders, both in the sector as well as the e-commerce companies. Finally, the finance minister also spoke about the Special Economic Zone Act that will be replaced with a new legislation to encourage the development of enterprises and hubs. This new legislation will cover existing industrial enclaves as well as enhance competitiveness of exports. Overall, a budget that takes a more long-term view of growth instead of short-term populist measures.